Hello everyone, welcome to your reading. This is for Virgo for Monday the 28th of March. If you want something doing, give it to a Virgo. So let's see what you've got lined up this week. I've already shuffled the cards, let's see what comes up. Okay, in the question position we've got the Fool. Crossing that we have the beautiful flirty Queen of Cups. In your recent past, you have the Four of Swords, time for solace and rest and recuperation. That's come up over and over again in readings, as has this card, come in about 4 or 5 times now. The Five of Cups. The root of the matter, what's going away from you, is the Six of Swords. Five of Wands is the head of the matter, so you kind of know what's going on there. Let's just get the rest out. You're going to find yourself with the Six of Cups, how other people see the situation. The Four of Wands, time of celebration. We've got another four, the Four of Pentacles, and finally you have Temperance. Energy on the bottom of the card, the Hermit. That's interesting. Okay, so what we got here is the Fool. So I don't really know what's happening this week. Neither do you. The Fool is the card 0 in the tarot. It's jumping in with both feet. It's a new adventure. It really is. I mean, you could be starting a new job, or you could be starting a new chapter in a new job, or a new date with a partner. You know, just it's not a new adventure in the same way that the aces are, or some of the pages, but it's a real. You know, I've decided to put my best foot forward. I think you're going to get out of bed in a good mood on Monday morning and just see what the week brings. So it's unknown. Some other reading has been quite traumatic, quite heavy energy. Yours is great. And then crossing that, you've got the Queen of Cups. She's manifesting these angel fish. You know, she's just bringing them into being, and she's turning them into a crown above her head. So they're swimming around her head. And the koi at the bottom of the yin and yang, you know, the black and white, the sort of conscious and subconscious. So she is, you know, she's sort of flirty, attractive, and it's about following your heart this week. You know, don't be too literal. Just if it feels good, go for it. And again, it's a great kind of male and female energy in perfect harmony. So sorry, that goes that way, and that crosses. So far, those two are really good. Don't know what's happening this week, but your heart's in the right place. The Four of Swords is one of the quieter cards in the sword deck. It's just a time of solace, recovery, recuperation. There may be a blessing involved, but generally speaking, I just see that as recently you've put your feet up and just relaxed. And then the root of the matter, what's been going away. On this card, Seven of Swords, in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the boat with the swords on it and a woman and child, and like a ferryman ferrying them away from troubled waters to a new land. If you look really carefully, you see some boats right down at the bottom there. So that's you in that boat. So these swords are of no use, you know. They're old and worn and blunt, and we're just sailing away from them. So it's about, you know, current situation not serving you. So it's time to move to somewhere else. And the head of the matter, which ties in with kind of, you know, these are the past, these are sort of moving away. This is your near future, and this is the head, the sort of clarity of what's going on. It's competition. Some people think of this as training, and it's the Five of Wands, and it's sometimes a card with 5 men sort of fighting with staves, but they've all got sort of smiles on their faces, and it's a training exercise. It's also a card of competition, you know, and woe betide anyone who comes up against you, because they're just shattering against you. You know, you are numero uno in this, and you know it. So that's great. So that's a nice, powerful position to be in. Not mean, you know, not dominating power or anything like that, but just, you know, okay, you want to challenge me? Let's go for it. And they challenge you and they lose. In your near future, there's a kind of, you know, a bit of a kind of, like it's the card again in the Rider-Waite. There's 3 cups tipped over and 2 still stood, and the figure's looking at the 3 spilt ones. You know, I think that's this glass has smashed and made so much noise. We're all drawn to it, but look at the top there. Hello, what's this one? It's still full of water. Hope still remains. You know, don't get transfixed on what doesn't serve you anymore, or the big noisy stuff that doesn't serve you. So I personally think of that as a card of hope, you know. And again, it's quite a hopeful reading because we don't really know what's happening next week for you guys. This card, this is the outcome where you're going to find yourself, and you find yourself reminiscing about the past a little bit. The Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. It's got a child on it and flowers, and in this one, you know, in America they call them candies, we call them sweets, and they're delicious, but they're not very filling. You know, so it's a sort of all these memories that they're delicious and nice to have and nice to remember, but they don't set you on the goal where you need to be next. So just bear in mind, it's a nice place to be briefly. Now it's time to move on, and this is where other people see you in this situation, and that's the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration, card of marriage or an event. This card utilizes like a bird of freedom, breaking it free of its chains. So it's not only celebrating an event, but it's celebrating that freedom to be yourself and to just go where you want and do what you want. So that's really powerful energy there. And then the hopes and fears card. This to me would be a fear, because if you look at the Four of Pentacles, they've got vines growing up them. They're not working as they should. I mean, in this case, they're money, but you know, money tucked in a mattress, just gathering dust, isn't really doing anything. And again, even in your kind of the mind side of thing, the head and the heart, you know, these butterflies are trying to escape and they're caught in this web. So in a more traditional deck, it's got a man who's holding on to two coins, and he's got two under his feet. He's holding one really weirdly, and he's got one on his head. And it's like a hoarding card, and it's not about hoarding money, it's about hoarding energy. It's about not being your better self and giving of yourself to other people. If you've got a great idea at work, tell everybody. Don't go, oh, I'm just going to keep it to myself and just tell my boss. Your boss might not like it, but someone else could pick up with it and run with it and go, what a great idea. And then you'll get the credit for it anyway. No one's going to take this idea from you. The energy on the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. You know, this card, the Hermit's kind of turning around and saying, yeah, what do you want? You know, I was busy minding my own business. So he's turning to see what he wants, because he's actually gone away. You know, in other decks, he's on top of a mountain, and it's about sort of looking inwards about what best serves you at the moment. So next week, I think, you know, you need to concentrate on, because you don't know what's coming in, you know, just go at it with a really positive attitude, jump in with both feet. Not saying there won't be a battle to be won, but will be anyone who tries to beat you at that. See the hope in all the situations that you've got coming through, and by all means go, you know, this used to work really well, or I remember when we did this, you know, smashing, great. But don't forget to move on, because the next stage is a celebration. I would be very careful about holding on to these two cards here. That's about the past, and that's about holding on to something that doesn't serve you. You know, you're not making the best of a situation with these two cards, so they need to go away. And then the final outcome is Temperance, one of the only cards to use an angel, but she's got flowers on one side, swords on the other, so peace and war, love and hate. It's finding that balance, you know, was it blood in milk, you know, the red and white, the yin and the yang. It literally is finding the temperance in all things. So, you know, by all means work hard, but don't work till midnight. By all means love your partner, but don't stalk your partner. It's just being temperate in your being, in yourself, you know. So find the sort of mercy in that, and I think you can do that this week by having a little time to yourself with the sword. The sword and the Hermit go together really well. You don't know what's happening next week, you know. Neither do I. You know, I'm not psychic. It's tarot reading. Yeah, maybe a bit of competition, maybe something that doesn't serve you. I think there's three cards here that don't really serve you. The Six of Swords. This is the six, yeah, the Six of Swords. Another Six of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. They're all kind of energies that inhibit and don't really let you grow. I mean, it's great to move away from a situation that doesn't serve you. So it's not a card that, you know, has a positive aspect, but it serves you if you move away from the situation and find the hope in the situation, and from that there is the celebration, and then there is this temperance, this sort of need to be balanced and see both sides. So I think you're in for quite a powerful week, but a very balanced week. But again, focus on the now and the future, not the past. I'll see you next week, Virgo.